Every year for the last 34 years, librarians, publishers, vendors, consultants, and students have traveled from all parts of the earth to Charleston, South Carolina for the annual Charleston Conference. They come to share their ideas and have some real discussions and some real debates. Let's see it in action.
That's the place to go way down in Charleston. That's the place to go way down in Charleston. So much to do and see way down in Charleston. Set your spirit free way down in Charleston. Charleston. So many people there, they come from all parts of the earth. Everybody shares their ideas, their things of word. Lots of discussion, some real debates. We are learning from each other, it's all first rate.
Oh, good morning. Could you tell me who you are?
Certainly, James Lingle from Bloomsbury Publishing.
How have you been enjoying the conference?
It's possibly my favorite academic conference of the year.
How long have you been coming?
This will be my 6th year.
In a row?
No, 1 year gap, but you know, it's been great to watch it grow over time.
It has been
Every
growing.
year it seems to get larger and larger.
Yeah. What have been some of your favorite programs so far? As a publisher, what do you find the most interesting?
As a publisher, I really enjoy the way the gloves come off at Charleston. You know, the librarians will say what's on their mind, and they don't mind that the publishers do the same. That reciprocal conversations that we can have make it really valuable.
What have you heard from librarians that you can take back and tell the board about?
You know, it's the changes in the publishing industry that just continue to evolve. You know, DDA, PDA, the various purchase models that publishers put out there that librarians do or don't like, what works for everybody and what we're trying to make work for the future, I think.
That's great. So this is really a key place for you to come find out what's going on.
Very much so. It's kind of the heartbeat of publishing.
What I've always found about this place is that you find
The food's
what's coming.
excellent.
No, the food is great too, but you find out what's coming 6 months and a year from now.
Yeah.
This is like a little preview of what you're going to be hearing about.
It's a microcosm
Yeah.
that we can take back and know what the future's going to hold.
Yeah, it is like a little test tube.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Okay, I am Catherine Purple. I'm the managing editor at Purdue University Press, and I'm also serving as the co-interim director right now. Purdue University Press has a nice association with Charleston. We publish the conference proceedings every year, both in print and online, right there at the end. And we also have a series of books called the Charleston Insight series. And so these books focus on library and information literacy.
How long has this been going on?
These books have been going on for a couple years now. I think the first book was published around 2012 in the Charleston Insight series. And we've been publishing the conference proceedings approximately that long, but we're hoping to get a lot of the back content for the conference proceedings into the open access repository.
I was talking to Charles about this last night, and he said you're going to be working on speed. You're going to start with 3 or 4 through this year.
Charles is very optimistic, but I don't. Yes, they are. We certainly will produce at least 3 a year if the authors are interested and would like to.
What are some of the new topics that
coming up? Yes, we have some exciting ones coming up. One, for example, is Data-Driven. It's by John White and Heather Gilbert. We have a few books by Sue Ward, actually it's a Purdue group, Sue Ward, Judy Nixon. All right, some of the new books in the Charleston Insight series that are coming up are Academic Self-Publishing. That's going to be by Robert Hawley and Kelly Leonard. We have Making Institutional Repositories Work. That's by Burton Callicott, David Shearer, and Andrew Weslick. Ebooks in academic libraries will be coming up. That's by Suzanne Ward, Robert Freeman, and Judy Nixon. And so those are all going to be featured at the next Charleston Conference. So all three of them. Yes.
Are these available as ebooks as well as print?
They are, yes. Every book that Purdue University Press publishes in print is also produced as an ebook.
Does it cost the same for the ebook as for the print?
It costs less. And actually, in this series, we try and price them very competitively. So, for example, Dave Tykeson and John Dove's most recent book, Reimagining Reference in the 21st Century, it's a really nice, thick, solid book, and it's priced at just $29.95. And so, of course, if you buy it online, there's often a discount to that even.
Now, the content is drawn from previous Charleston conferences or papers and things that...
It's just based around these issues that all of the conference attendees are interested in. Charleston Insights is run by an editorial board, and so they're very good at soliciting new topics as well.
So they solicit new things on top of it.
Exactly, yes. Yes, and they're very good about, knowing exactly what the field is missing and where the gaps are and how we can help fill those.
I'm sure you'll be publishing even more because this conference just keeps growing. There's more and more papers given.
Yes, I've had several people stop by the booth and talk to me about, interested in submitting a proposal for the Charleston Insight series. So I'm very optimistic. I think it's going to grow and be a really, really nice series.
Great. Well, thanks for your insight into the insights.
Cool.
Okay. I'm from the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, and it is a good conference every year for me because it does give us a chance to meet vendors one-to-one, face-to-face. Email is only about five or six, and I think this time I've met with vendors more than ever one-on-one, and it is better than just the email thing. So we can really get down to the nitty-gritty.
Something like ALA or something.
Yes, oh yeah, it's much more personal.
You know what it is? It's one vendor per one library.
Right.
So you get personal.
They wine and dine us, that's the fun too. But I really have enjoyed the conversations, and I think there'll be some good outcomes from it. And the sessions have been good too. It's a good chance to, there's almost too many to choose from, but it is a good chance to see what's hot, the buzz topics. So it's given me some inspiration for some research. Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, Joe Bates from Eastern Michigan University. One of the hot topics everyone seems to be talking about are e-textbooks, that whole issue of textbook. PDA again, the first speaker was wonderful. I thought she was great.
Who was that?
I'm blanking the woman from Out South. She was the first keynote.
Yeah, she was good. Yeah.
I'm blanking on the other people. So, and this last session it was fun about the law again. So I enjoyed that every year. So.
Yeah, I thought one of the hot topics was textbooks in the libraries.
That's the whole thing. That's everybody, and open access textbooks. That's what everybody's talking about. We've done a lot of work at our institution about it. So. It's interesting. I'm going to take it back and talk to the woman who spent a lot of time at our staff worried about it. So.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Have fun tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
My name is Barbara Sneed. I'm from Goucher College. That's just north of Baltimore, Maryland. This is at least my fourth time, possibly more. And as usual, it was packed full of scintillating, thought-provoking, motivating ideas. It seems like some of the big topics were marketing, which was in the opening one. I'm really interested in that. Other topics were the lively debates about whether patrons or librarians should shape their collections, and that came out to a draw. But I think, and I'm also personally interested in figuring out the balance between interlibrary loans and purchasing of materials. So, well worth it.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Have fun tonight. Thanks for
Yes,
stopping
thank
by.
you.
Oh, we'll say. Good morning. Okay. But you really don't need me. You need these two.
Because you're so beautiful.
Oh my God.
You're eye candy, and my camera really loves you.
Could you introduce yourselves? You're the mentors here at the conference.
Sir,
Could you introduce yourselves across the way here?
I'm Joanne Cook, and I'm a retired ICU nurse, I should put that. And I'm here because I'm a local Charlestonian, and I can give advice on the area.
I'm Nancy Gibbs. I'm the retired head of acquisitions at Duke University Libraries. And I've probably been coming to Charleston for maybe 27, 28 of the 34 years that the organization has been in existence. I remember when we celebrated 100 people coming to the Charleston Conference, and this conference has over 1,600 people in attendance. So that's amazing to me.
I'm Jenny Gilbert. I'm retired Duke University librarian. I was the head of collection development, and I've been coming to the Charleston Conference for probably about as many years as Nancy. I remember when we met over in the education building blocks away, and it was just very, very informative.
It has changed so much over the years. It keeps changing, and that's what keeps it going.
But today's program this morning was so much like a throwback to the original Charleston, where we had the debate and people were, really engaged in the program, and I thought it was just marvelous.
I remember over the years, it's always the publisher that's been attacked has changed over the years.
Oh, yes.
Some of them have gone out of business, vendors and things.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to have risen and then been beaten down and risen up again.
They keep coming back.
They keep coming back with new ideas, and they listen to us, and we listen to them, and that's what's so great about it all.
Tom Kelson about the poster session. He was the coordinator of this part of the conference. Tom, what do you think the importance of the poster session is?
I think the poster sessions offer librarians an opportunity to talk about innovative projects that they've been engaged in at their libraries over the last year or so. And it's a real opportunity for librarians to share the ideas and things that they've been doing on a variety of topics. Everything from PDA to e-textbooks to other collection development issues. It really is an opportunity for the librarians to share and to talk about the innovative things that they've been doing.
What I find different here is that this is really cutting edge stuff. A lot of the poster sessions at ALA are kids right out of library school. They got to do it. These are active librarians, major universities, talking about innovative things that they're doing in their library. So it's at another level. You really come here to find out what's happening.
Well, I think that's exactly true, John. And I think that's one of the things that's contributed to the success of the poster sessions. People know that they can come here and get some ideas that they can take home and use in their own library. And we've been very successful. We do them 2 nights. As you know, we do them on 2 nights, on Thursdays and Fridays. And we've had good crowds. We have some hors d'oeuvres. We have a nice opportunity to engage in a social networking. There's a cash bar and a variety of things that people can munch on and just relax, kick back, learn, and network with their colleagues.
Congratulations, Tom. I think you've taken poster sessions to the next level.
This report of lost material, so.
Okay, could you just tell me your name and where you're from one more time?
Sure. My name is Sean Crow. I'm from University of Cincinnati Libraries.
Great. Well, this workflow that you've put together, is that available to other libraries? Can they?
Yes, it is. So,
how would they contact you?
My colleague and I, my colleague James Van Mill, also at University of Cincinnati, we've created a code library, a Ruby library, that's been posted to GitHub. It's freely available, open source, downloadable, for accessing the innovative Sierra ILS.
And they would contact you directly, or is this on the web?
Certainly, it's on the web. Our contact information is with the code repository on GitHub, and we're open to questions.
This is a really neat project that you've developed to track lost and missing, whether they're actually worth replacing items. So thanks for your time, and I hope that everybody learns a lot.
Thanks very much.
Go.
My name is Andrew Grissom. I am from Rhodes College, where I am the circulation supervisor, but I'm also in library school at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And my project is policies and perceptions of community users at the Associated Colleges of the South.
So these are people that just walk in off the street?
Right. These are local residents who are seeking the services of an academic institution which they're not affiliated with.
No, you're a state institution? So
They're all private liberal arts colleges. It's a consortia of 16 schools, all centered around the undergraduate experience.
how do they, just in a few words, how do they react to the public coming in and looking for information?
It turns out varied. Surprisingly, I actually work at Rhodes College, and so that was kind of excluded from the study because I work there. But we don't really have that much, our policies don't really address community users that much, but surprisingly, there are a wide variety of categories that these institutions have placed for users.
It's a really interesting subject,
Right.
because I think state universities, public universities sort of have a mission to help whoever's a citizen of the state, but private schools have a different mission.
Right, and a lot of large public institutions kind of get that tax funding from the state.
Yeah.
So the private institutions don't really quite have that much of
Is there
an...
any way for people to access your study? Or,
I am going to make a sign-up list.
okay.
My goal is to turn this into a journal article. Actually, two parts. This is really the first part, the policies portion. My second component of the study will be an online survey to public service librarians. And I hopefully will turn that into one or two journal articles, but we'll see.
We'll all look forward to the results of your study, and I think we're interested in seeing what you have to say tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, hi, I'm Robin Sabo. I'm from Central Michigan University, and I'm looking at PDA program and what was selected. So we looked at a 34-month period since we initiated PDA, looking at what the average cost per book is, and we found that it was $78. How many books were purchased? About 57 books per month. And we looked at subject areas that were selected, and we found that the most frequent subject area selected was social science and business, and then language and literature, but also fairly high numbers in medicine, science, history, and philosophy and religion. I compared the results with other universities who had done studies and found similar things. We found that 22% of our titles were selected from university presses. Two other institutions reported and found 20% of their journals were from university presses.
Do you plan on turning this into an article or expanding?
Perhaps, yeah.
Well, we'll all look forward to that, and I'm sure everybody will enjoy the postal session too.
Thank you.
I'm Andrea Worth. I'm from Oregon State University. My poster today is about getting articles into our institutional repository in a very proactive manner by actively soliciting faculty for their manuscripts as soon as we find out they've been published.
That's a great idea. There must be so much information out there that people may not even know how to do it or how to get it to you.
Yes, we try to streamline it for them. They have many options. The prompt for their manuscript includes a link to a form that makes the workflow a little bit easier on their side, but they can also choose to just attach their manuscript and reply by email.
Now, Oregon State's a pretty large university. That's got a lot of submissions.
Well, the faculty is a prolific group of people that publishes, and we get about a little under 50% return rate on the request. So I think for an institutional repository, that's pretty darn good, actually.
Well, I'm sure everybody will enjoy learning more about it tonight and seeing you on the news channel.
Thanks.
Okay. Hi, my name is Steve Shadle, and I'm the Serials Access Librarian at the University of Washington. The reason that I'm here today is that I am a member of the working group and in the standing committee for PIJ, the Presentation and Identification of Electronic Journals. So we have one application of PIJ here that we're going to be doing a presentation on.
That's right, and I'm Letty Conrad with SAGE. I'm part of our product development team, and I've been part of the initiative to bring improved historical metadata to the way we present and link to journals. So cleaning up our data is really the case study that we're going to represent here.
Completely new that you are using him as a guinea pig, or how does this work?
It's actually the other way around.
It actually is, but I think it's the first time that the committee has been approached by a publisher to follow the standards the guidelines that we have created to basically fill out a complete title history of all of the archives of their electronic serials, of Sage's electronic serials.
And I was going to say, with 800 journals, it's not a small job, but we have worked really closely with the PIJ committee, as well as hiring on a cataloging librarian to really show us the way and help us clean up our data.
It's true with electronic products; they really are way behind.
Yes, we're catching up. We're getting there.
Now, are you going to be looking at an article, a journal article, website, or something a little bit more to expand on what you've done?
Part of what we're representing here is the roadmap. So the first wave of this project is closing out at the end of the year, and that's really around data stewardship. And then next year we'll get into the actual pushing out of that data to the front end of our platform. So we have a couple of different phases, and maybe toward the end of that work we could write that up. Sure.
Great. Well, thanks for your time. I'm sure everybody will enjoy hearing more about your project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matthew Goddard. I'm the Digital Services Librarian at California Baptist University. My poster today is looking at a project that I worked on with a student worker of mine whose photo is there. And it's doing two things. First of all, it's advocating for the increased use of student workers who are focused on programming and computer science, or in those kinds of degree programs, using their skills in the library, particularly for those libraries who are not able to afford to hire full-time programmers or developers. And then the other part that I'm doing here is describing this particular project as a particularly good example of the kind of thing that you can use these students for, and it's taking any large list of titles of books, and it's a script that will take that and use web services to match it up with our local holdings to determine what sort of overlap there is with that list and our current holdings.
I think that's brilliant. In the past, students were just used for shelving books.
Exactly.
Yeah. The bin and bringing it in.
And the kind
use their expertise as well.
The kind of experience that employers are looking for from college graduates is this kind of experience.
Yeah, they could be like a consultant, or they've had hands-on working for a large information
Absolutely.
corporation, if you will.
Absolutely, yeah. This gentleman who worked on this with me, he's really been able to use this as a really key piece of his job application, something he can really highlight and say, I did this, they're using it, it works very well, it's of value to them.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, great. Thanks for your time. I'm sure everybody's going to enjoy hearing what you have to say tonight.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is David Sharp. I'm from Carleton University, Ottawa, Canada. And my poster is about textbook purchase and pilot project that we did between January to April of 2014.
That has been one of the hottest topics in this year's conference. I keep hearing about that subject.
It has.
It's taking over. I mean, when I went to college libraries, if you went in and said, I need a textbook or something, and now the libraries actually are involved in it and love it. Kids must love it.
Well, I think it's coming out of the whole movement for user-centered collection development. You're probably familiar with the Kent study. It's a pretty old study, but it found that about 4 in 10 books do not circulate after 5 years at all. What we did is we did an analysis of the textbooks that were donated to our reserves department by professors, desk copies or personal copies. They were circulating quite well, so it kind of gave us some inspiration to just pilot a project and actually buy textbooks where desk copies were not available.
It's an interesting take on it, because I know most libraries, when they're given textbooks as a gift, throw them away and recycle them. That's interesting.
Well, I think it's just for us, it's, why not give what the students want, right? So even after our pilot, we found a typical book in our collection circulates a little under 4 times. And the textbooks that we bought through this pilot in the course of 4 months were averaging about 13.34 times circulation. So, great.
Well, thanks for your time and I'll let you get to the crowd that's pouring in here. Thank you.
Yep, thanks, John.
Hi. No? Okay. Hi, my name is Lars Herbertsson. I'm from Chalmers University of Technology in Sweden. And we have a poster. Well, first my colleague.
Yeah, my name is Marie Widigsson, also from Chalmers University of Technology, Sweden.
How did you find this here in Charleston?
Well, I have been here once before, actually, and it's a very nice conference. So.
Do other people in Sweden know about it? Was it fairly well known?
Not very well known, but a few people has been here, so that's why I heard of it.
Yeah. You should check out our website, Against the Grain News Channel. And it's updated every day. Lets everybody know what's going on with the Charleston Conference and with Against the Grain. Now, what is your project? What did the two of you put together?
Well, it's about recycling database records. So it's we using MARC records from the National Library Catalog in Sweden and use it. It's transferred all the way around to the ILS and to Salmon, and it's also transferred to. We're using the API to build the database search and the browse list with that same records.
So you use MARC records in Sweden?
Oh, yes.
Of course. Oh, yes, of course.
Nothing gets surpassed MARC yet.
No.
Do you use OCLC?
No?
No.
Well, a little bit.
Do you have your own? Sweden has its own version?
Yeah, it's a national catalog, but we are using records from OCLC as well.
Well, thanks a lot. Have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Bye-bye.
My name is Al Lopez. I'm with the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, the Research Medical Library in Houston, Texas. And my presentation is on our serials deselection process after an initial disaster happened where a large piece of ductwork fell from the ceiling, hit the fire suppression system, the sprinklers, and then just released water onto all our serials below, which was the impetus to put us into that analysis and deselection. So that's just a small part of all the work that went into everything that happened afterwards. It's been a year-long project to look at titles, assess what we have available online, assess what we actually need to keep, and what we're going to do with what we don't need anymore.
Is there any more information on the web or anywhere else where people can find out more about what you've done?
So this specifically, we don't have live on the web, but you can always visit the MD Anderson Cancer Center, their website at mdanderson.org, and specifically the library, the Research Medical Library is mdanderson.org/library.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Hamlet. I'm from Baruch College, CUNY. Doing a poster on electronic resource workflow documentation. It's just from a project that we've been working on at our school to document all the workflows. We started with electronic resources. We're also doing print. We're going to analyze it once we finish all the documentation. But this is somewhat of where we came from, where we're hopefully going, and we'll see.
So you're in the beginning stages of it?
Yes, I've been working on the project for a couple of months, few months, and I do have more workflows in this, but a poster can only show so much. A little overwhelming. So a few months in, and we haven't gotten to the point where we're analyzing yet. We're just documenting so far, with the ambition of analyzing for gaps or overlap, duplicity, and things like that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
For competencies for electronic resources librarians and how they reflect what they actually do in the day-to-day work. We did a survey several years ago of e-resources librarians, asking them about the work that they did. And we're comparing that to the NASIG competencies, and we plan to do another survey in the future to update.
Are you putting any of your results online for people to find?
website where people can go see more about what you've done?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I think most of the poster sessions
It's very preliminary.
You're getting started.
Yeah.
How did the two of you get together?
We have worked together and been friends for a long time, and this is an area of research interest for both of us, and one that we've worked on for 5 or 6 years.
I was an electronic resources librarian at the University of Alabama for 10 years until about 3 weeks ago. So.
Well, have fun tonight.
Thank
you.
Thanks for your time.
Yes. Well, hello, I'm Tracy Gilmore, and I'm from Virginia Tech.
I'm Leslie O'Brien. I'm from Virginia Tech.
And there's a third person. She's missing. Her name is Connie Stovall from University of Alabama at Tuscaloosa. I'm going to say that wrong. Did I pronounce that correctly? I hope so, yes. But this is our poster, and it's about fun codes. It's earnestly finding the fun in fun codes.
So you stuck to the theme.
We truly stuck to the theme. It works. And we're basically here to depict the difference in fund structures between University of Alabama and Virginia Tech.
How did you get together to work on this project?
Google Hangout, Dropbox, Google Docs.
Wow.
Yes.
Cutting edge.
Yep. Texting.
Kind of like Tinder for librarians.
An old school phone.
Old school phone. Well, you got it all together. You guys have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right. I'm Peter Jiang, Department Head of Access and Discovery from University of Texas at Arlington. My presentation is about how we're turning a crisis into an opportunity to better serve our users and also find a sustainable model for acquisition of books. Last fiscal year, we discovered that we have over 100,000 books purchased in the past 10 years, never circulated. That translated into $4.4 million. That didn't create impact to address our users' need. So we look at it very closely and want to change our acquisition model. So we look into DDA programs and PDA programs that to meet our users' need in time and also sustain it with our limited budget.
Sounds like you've done a really good job. What are you doing about the short-term loan of ebooks?
Oh, the short-term loans, yes. We set up the threshold and with 3 short-term loans. The fourth one we will purchase for the e-titles.
It sounds like you've got a good program here, and have fun tonight. Thanks for your time.
Now? Okay. My name is Erin Crane, and I'm from Liberty University. And this poster is about short-term loans at Liberty University and the savings that we had. We implemented it in fiscal year 13 and saved about $150,000 potential savings based on what we might have purchased but actually loaned instead. So it was a very successful program.
I've heard that at the conference quite a bit, that savings are going to be used. How have the publishers been reacting to it?
Not very well. But yeah, to me, I spend the same amount of money either way. I have a budget, that's what I'm going to spend somewhere. I can just spread it out a little bit more with short-term loans, but I still spend it. Savings is kind of deceptive.
You moved it around.
Right.
Well, thanks for your time. Have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, hi, I'm Alexa Pierce, and I'm from the University of Michigan. I'm the history librarian there, and my project is a citation analysis that tries to both describe the scholarly conversation in history via a sample of citations to secondary resources from American Historical Review articles. And then I look at where those citations can be found. So it's kind of looking both at what that conversation looks like in terms of date, of publication, language, and format, and also representation in different discovery tools and indexes.
Is there anywhere that people can go and find out more about this online, or is this just kind of start?
This is just, yeah, I don't have anything online right now, but I'm,
That's the whole thing here with the
yeah, just getting it going, but I should be writing it up and submitting it hopefully soon.
Thanks for your time. Have fun tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go.
I'm Missy Latham from Loyola Notre Dame Library. Recommendations to improve our liaison program. So this poster is about some of the work we did to prepare for that change, and we've just started the program in the last semester.
How long have you been at Loyola Notre Dame?
2 years.
Okay. And what is your job there?
I'm the head of acquisitions, and I worked with the head of, I guess it's not on there.
Missy, I know you. I'm standing, I'm so busy looking at the camera. I used to work for Huska.
Oh, that's right.
Joe.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I'm not even looking.
I've noticed now.
One of the funny things about filming, and I've said this to many people, is you never see what's actually going on. I'm so busy watching the sound and everything else. So, well, welcome. That's great.
Thank you.